Hello, welcome. This is blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that. What will happen after that? The voting will happen with the debt ceiling, about the debt ceiling, and yes, they're going to increase it. Let's look back historically to 2011, what happened back then, and maybe calculate what's going to happen in next couple of days after this voting. Right. The second thing I would like to discuss is that Russia drops plans for state-run crypto exchange. And the third topic is all about that buying a bank won't solve crypto's debanking issue, according to Binance CEO. So guys, all this in today's video. Don't forget, every single day I'm making you fresh videos to keep you up to date. So if that's important for you, then simply subscribe. And if you like this kind of content what I'm creating, then hit the like button. So let's do it. Okay, and for start, let's have a look at the market. So we can see that Bitcoin is slightly a little bit up, 0.3%, nothing special. Ethereum 0.5, that makes Bitcoin 28,005, Ethereum 1,914 US dollar in the last 24 hours. That was the movement. The top movers in the lead is IOTA with 6%, Lido DAO 5%, Filecoin 5%. Among the losers, Optimism down 5%, Pepe down 5%, Flare 4%, so something like that. Not huge moves at all. When we're looking at here the Bitcoin daily candlestick chart, we can see that we are still in this falling wedge. Now reach the top, now a little bit going down, and we will see when we're going to break out, or actually this head and shoulders pattern will happen, and then we go down all the way to 23,000 something. We're going to see it sooner or later. Now, the big topic is definitely the debt ceiling. Biden and McCarthy already agreed on it. And now we're waiting for the Congress. But what could happen after? Is it like, oh, everything is happy, market going up, or actually not? So let's talk about this now. And for this, we definitely should look at what happened back in 2011. Historically, some history lessons. So first of all, here's a title that don't expect market to rejoice if a deal is reached on the debt ceiling. Even one deal is reached, it could take months before stock and other financial market move on. So one of the concerns I have is that even in the run-up to an agreement, when one does occur, there can be substantial financial market disasters. This is what Janet Yellen said. And when we look back at the 2011 debt ceiling crisis, then we can see that in 2011, lawmakers came to an agreement on raising the debt limit just hours before the United States would have defaulted. 2 days later, Standard & Poor downgraded US debt for the first time in history. So you can see how actually it went down. And now here we have a short clip. Here we can see Jerome Powell, much younger. This was back in 2011. Let's see what he said back then in an interview.
We never find out the answer.
Speculating on what will happen next.
So bad economic news drives people out of stocks and into bonds. And when people go into bonds, they bid up the price of bonds, and that bids down the interest rate that the government is required to pay. So that's what's happening now. We had bad economic news last week. Another thing that draws people into our bonds is the turmoil in Europe, as it becomes more and more clear that the Europeans have not figured out what to do with the potential default of some of their major nations. And so global money tends to come into Treasury securities at that time. So that's what's going on. Now, the market is clearly pricing in a successful vote on the part of the House and the Senate. Stock markets were up. I haven't looked since I got on the air, obviously, but stock markets were up all over the world as soon as the president made his announcement last night. So, if the bill does pass, it'll be, at least in the short term, good for the stock market as well.
And there we go, we have the picture. So we were saying that the short term, it could be good for the stock market. Now with that, Biden and McCartney actually agreed, it looks like we had some good reaction. But actually, when the bill will pass, then look, this is what happened back in 2011. So it's not necessarily happy days straight after that. Because people will jump back into treasuries and bonds and that could actually and did bring down the stock market. So we should watch carefully. But even if money printing is back in the game with this, for short term might be this reaction, and then sooner or later we coming back. Obviously, how the crypto market will react, we don't know this, because crypto market back in 2011 was like nowhere, and now it's still not major, but much bigger than back then. And yes, we will see how Bitcoin going to react on this. But historically, when we're looking at the stock market, if it's correlated and these kind of things, then it doesn't look too bright. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section anyway. Okay, and now let's move on to the next topic. And the next topic is all about that Russia drops plans for state-run crypto exchange. So Russians have kind of mixed message many times about crypto, for crypto, against crypto, ban crypto, not ban crypto. And now we have that Russia drops plans for state-run crypto exchange. So Russian lawmakers have decided to end plans for creating a state-owned cryptocurrency exchange, planning instead to set rules and regulations for already existing enterprises. So the country's new focus would be to allow private companies to build crypto exchanges. And Izvestia, the Russian outlet that published the story, reported that the central bank will probably regulate the work of these platforms, and that the institution will manage institutional settlement within the regulatory framework of the country. So, the Russians had that plan. Now looks like they skipped it. They move on to a new direction. What do you think about this one? Let me know in the comment section. But as you can see, at the most places, it's not about ban crypto and move against crypto, that make it work somehow. They have ideas, it's not working out, then try something different. But they understand that crypto is kind of stays with us here. Right. And the third news is all about that CZ saying that the buying a bank, for example, Binance would buy a bank, won't solve crypto's debanking issue. So another problem we have then, if you would like to put, for example, from your bank on a crypto exchange, your money to buying crypto, you having less and less opportunities, for example, in the United States. And CZ is saying that actually buying a bank won't solve crypto's debanking issue. So CZ highlighted that examples such as regulatory complexity and capital requirements as reasons why he isn't keen on Binance buying a bank. So says that the firm is unlikely to buy up any banking institution despite growing worry of crypto companies being debanked. The collapse of several U.S. banks this year has prompted a concern that the pool of crypto-friendly banks is shrinking. So, formerly key banking partners, Silvergate, Silicon Bank Valley, and Signature Bank have all capitulated this year. So, basically, he's saying that the reality is much more complex than the concept. You buy one bank, it only works in one country, and you still have to deal with the banking regulators of that country. It doesn't mean you can buy a bank and do whatever you want. So basically, if the regulation going in direction that you cannot have to do anything with crypto companies as a bank, then you can't have anything to do with them. Otherwise, you losing your license, and it was no point to buy the bank. So this is definitely not the solution for this. We should observe other solutions, and this is the reason why Binance is not keen on banking, buying a banking institution. Right. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every day I'm making you fresh videos to keep you up to date. So if that's important for you, then simply subscribe and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And yeah, see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.